Hi everyone, welcome to Weekly Geek Speak Bemusement Arcade. I'm Dan and I'm here with Andrew and the resident artist, James.
Hello!
So yeah, James does the art for the Weekly Geek Speak podcast. It can all be found on the website. Click on the James's Sketchbook corner, I think it's called. Want to tell us a bit about yourself and how you got into art? How did you discover your talents?
I always used to draw and stuff, and stuck with, enjoying art and stuff at school. And then I decided I wanted to do animation, so I went to uni to do that. It's really soul destroying. So I ended up sort of hating that and coming out of uni. Then I decided I quite enjoy just illustrating and stuff, so it went from there really.
You working on, is it Springboard stories?
Yes, yeah. Currently, that's something that takes up a lot of my time. Some people who we know set up a company, and it's producing a storybook aimed at sort of primary age kids. Every 2 months, a new story, and then alongside that is a magazine full of resources for classroom, based all around that original storybook. So it's quite intensive sort of thing. Once one book's finished, we're already into the second book and kind of rolling on with that. But it's really fun to do.
So where would you say that you kind of get your style from?
A lot of inspiration that I've got in my sort of my own style has been from comic book art and graffiti and stuff. I was like, my brother was always into comics when we were younger, so I used to read them a lot. And once I realised I wasn't quite good enough to draw like proper comic book art, like with like proper anatomical drawings.
I wish I could do that as well.
Obviously, when I was starting to get into looking at like street art and graffiti and stuff like that, I was like, oh, this is a bit simpler, a bit faster. And from that, basically just kind of a very sort of simple drawing style is something I've tried to kind of cultivate.
So with Weekly Geek Speak, you do a lot of, I guess it's satirical in a way, kind of referencing. How do you approach those when you get the information?
Well, I generally get either a Vox or an email from you going, there's a new podcast, we're talking about this and this, can you draw something? And sometimes there'll be an idea which comes straight to the forefront of my mind.
Is there any particulars that came really quick? Like
the latest one, the Kick-Ass and Alan Partridge one, that was really quick. As soon as you'd kind of mentioned it, I thought, I want to do that. The Comic-Con one as well, where you had the people going into Comic-Con and like just getting like socks to stuff down their little costumes. That came about quite quickly when you said that you wanted an illustration for the Comic-Con thing, mainly because of the pictures that I'd seen from Comic-Con of the Superman.
There was a Superman. I remember he was wearing his tight Superman costume, but he wasn't really very boasting in the crotch department. Now that you might be going, why were you looking? But it was quite obvious that there was a very tiny nub, and he's like, oh, and that's where he got his picture, because we had to take a picture.
It was like a cashew nut wrapped in a beach towel.
It was really sad. I felt sorry for him, but it was his fault for like getting his wang out.
If you're watching this, comment below and let us know who you are.
This is probably the first time he's come back onto the internet since you first mentioned it in that podcast. Is that maybe it's safe to go out now? Sorry.
Is there any that you've really struggled with, or
usually the ones where I ring you up and go, I can't do it. I haven't got time. Sorry. The second Comic-Con one, when Steve was in his manga thing, that was just tricky because I made it quite detailed.
Steve's costume though was so intricate and brilliant, so accurate.
It was quite fun drawing it, but it was a bit scary drawing Steve's face on some.
One of my particular favourites personally was your Judge Dredd and Keith Lemon one.
Oh yeah.
How did that one come about?
I think initially I was thinking of having him holding a gun to Keith Lemon's head while he was kneeling on the floor, or something like that. And then just when I was just researching how Judge Dredd looks and stuff, went onto Google looking at various things, and the old I've got to get his name right now, Simon Bisley, the old Simon Bisley picture of Judge Dredd and Judge Death, where he's sort of holding him up, and I thought that'd be perfect to just kind of replace confirm with that. I think that's his name anyway. Just dub over it if it's not.
Roger Disley. And actually, another one I want to bring up is the Avengers Assemble one, because that was the very first one you did for us.
Yeah.
And it was really just brilliant.
I think I was doing that for myself pretty much. I came up with the idea of doing it around about the same time that you asked me to do some artwork, so I just kind of went, well, this is perfect. I've just pretty much done this, or I've got the idea for this.
I'd like to say from Weekly Geek Speak a big thank you for doing it for us. Like, the art you do is incredible. I will put your website.
There's a link
around
here.
That's what we're doing now. Body part link. Do you have anything to add to Dad? Anything to add to Dad? To Dan? Dad.
I don't think so.
Daddy. I miss my dad.
Thank you for watching, and let us know what your favourite one of James's pictures was, and don't forget to check out the website and the future podcasts to see some more.
Yeah, www.weeklygeekspeak.com. James is at artyfuffkin if you want to follow him on Twitter.
Put links in the description.
There's a lot less art on that, just me swearing and
but it's fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Tristan Risk. Most people probably know me as Beatrice from American Mary.
How did that come about? Because that must have been a huge coup for you.
That was just a combination of good luck, strange luck, and a horseshoe up the ass sideways.